Welcome, gentlemen.
Look, funny.
Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, gentlemen. Y'all like? Thank you, Frank. Best hookup in the world, sir. Cassandra.
It's excellent.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I
It's
thought I
excellent.
said we need.
We
Yeah.
TV ready.
Cassandra, thank you so much. Y'all need to use Cassandra. Let's make her famous. Y'all like the video?
Love it.
Loved it.
All right.
Can y'all hear
good
me?
evening. Yes.
It's good.
Yeah, you're good. You're If everybody would invite and share, good evening, everybody. Welcome to When the Right One Comes, the men's edition. Let me just say a little bit. About 17, 18 weeks ago, do a show with Lola on Saturday nights, and she took off. And so me and Lynch was talking, and I asked him, I said, hey, man, I want to do a men's show. And I said, I need some guys. Well, at the time, I was just getting some guys and just having all of them was a preacher, except for my armor bearer, and he didn't fit in. So it kind of turned into something else. Next week, everybody asked for it back, and we did it back again. And then so we moved it to Monday night, and it has been an awesome journey. Frank was joined in after the first show because somebody got kicked off the island because they otherwise got engaged and things. But that's how this started. We never intended to go these many weeks. I saw John Terrius doing a confession night. He's about to slit his throat. he was on talking. What was that called, John Terrius?
Dating a preacher.
Dating a preacher.
And I had about 700 people on that list to try to figure out
dating the preacher. And so I want to thank Pastor Carlton, because I did not know Pastor Johnson. Of course, I had asked Broderick because I knew he was single and was doing some single stuff. I asked Dr. Perry because he was a part of the prophetic thing, and I knew he was single. And Pastor Lynch mentioned John Terrius and Frank, right? Pastor Lynch, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
I hear you.
Okay, so I just, oh Lord, I just want to thank all of you for your weeks of sacrifice, and to all of the ladies and those that come in and share every week, and all of the questions we get. We got a lot of them tonight. We got some scenarios that we want to share on tonight. Frank, you got a lot of background there. You see what Lynch did to you?
You trying to help? You trying to help me?
Trying to help you, and you doing.
Look, I'm so confused. What's
You
going
ain't never
on?
had that.
I don't know what's going on.
It's better. It's better.
Okay.
What did you just do? Whatever you just did is good.
Yeah, don't touch it. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, don't be like the sound people. Always touching the thing. So we're gonna get started on tonight. Let me find this over here. I want to thank Marlinda for being behind the scenes. Everybody, if you can invite and share, thank y'all. If you can invite and share,
We got to greet the people, Bishop. We got to do our
You
roll
do it.
call.
Go ahead, Frank. Do it.
Listen, welcome to the hottest virtual podcast on Monday night that you can find in the entire internet world. When the Right One Comes, hosted by Bishop Greg Davis. Do me a favor. If this is your first time tonight, I want you to comment in the comment section. First time. This is my first time. This is my first time. Let us know what city you're from. Let us know what city you're from. Texas. That's not a city. That's a state. Let us know your city. I'm just messing with you, Mika.
Oh, you don't mess with Mika.
Little Rock, Arkansas is in the house. Brenda Robinson, what's up? Suffolk, Louisiana's in the house. What's up? First time, Keisha Thorpe, welcome. Chicago is in the house. Inglewood, Colorado. What's up, Cassandra? Indianapolis, Indiana. Sherry Snow, what's up? You're a New Yorker that now lives in Orlando. What's up, Sister Love? Lufkin, Texas. That sound country. What's up, Overseer? Tina Nova, Inglewood, California. The wood is in the house. Palaca, Florida.
Palaca.
What's up? What's up? Palm Beach is in the house. Another Florida. What's up? Lafayette is in the house. Danita Jones. Kansas City is in the house. Kiara Garner. Raleigh, North Carolina. Miss Rachel. What's up? Gastonia, North Carolina. What's up, Pamela? San Antonio, Texas. Miss Brandon, what's up? First time, Miss O'Neill from Durham, North Carolina. That's where John P. Keith from. He said in all his songs. Madison, Mississippi. Miss Michelle, what's up? First time, Robinette Clark, Youngstown, Ohio. What's up? What's up? Hey, Miami, how's the weather down there? Pine Bluff, UAPB. Miss Alice, what's up?
All right.
That mean you ready to start?
Yeah.
Where you got to go?
That was like a
We
whole
just
picture to
we
wrap
just
up.
gonna call all 50 United States.
Right.
That was like a whole pastor.
All right.
All right.
Welcome,
All right.
everybody. Like and share. Tag 3 people in the comment section. Tell them to come on in.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make my announcement first because ain't no telling where this go tonight. So I'm gonna make my announcement and get it over with, and we go from there.
You're taking?
Huh?
That's your announcement. You're taking?
No, oh no. You got jokes tonight. No, what happened? Right. Then I'll be off the island.
Yeah, we have to do it on my page.
You gotta go to your page. Right. And then if you get taken, then it just dwindles down.
It's going over to Franklin speaking.
All right, y'all. I need
I'll
y'all.
be the last one.
I got 13 seats left out of 25. Masterclass preparing and positioning for the right one. Thank you, Prophet Perry. Prophet Perry registered 2 women, and I'm gonna, if you are somebody that cannot afford it, you giving it away, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Preparing and positioning for your for the right one. Preparing and positioning yourself for the right one. You will get a chance to dialogue one-on-one. Also, you'll receive a blueprint of positioning and preparing. It's $49.99. The link will be in Facebook. It's there already. I only have like 12, 13 seats left. And so you need to register tonight and we shut it down. Guest host Anisha Sharp. It's a 2-hour masterclass, December the 12th. December the 12th. December the 12th. Y'all register and let's spend some time together one-on-one. All right. Thank y'all. All right. Here's the first thing. Scenario. You meet a woman. You all talk and start dating. Pay attention to the date, the month. You meet a woman, or a guy meets a woman. He starts talking. Let's do it like that. A guy meets a woman. He starts talking and dating, collecting data for about 3 months. They enjoy each other. Vibes are good, highly compatible. You decide to become exclusive. You get to know each other for another 3 months, spending more time together. Broderick, did I mention that she's a red bone? She look just like you like her. However y'all like her, she look like it. Fun, has her own honors. Has her own, honors you as a man. You really are beginning to feel her, Perry. Now you're beginning to feel her as wife material. During about 7 months, the man spends the night with her. The man spends the night. They go on a trip to Miami. They spend the night together. Here's the turn in the text. Here's the tension in the text. She wakes up the next morning, looks nothing like she did the night before.
You got to go.
She's almost unrecognizable. What do? She still has all of the attributes. She got everything. She got her own thing. She honors you up until this 7 months. She was everything you hoped for, everything you wanted her to be. Fixed up, she's gorgeous, Tate. In her own natural state, not so much.
She was a wolf in sheep clothing.
You lied to me. Return it back. You lied
She
to
was
me.
a wolf in sheep clothing. Okay, that's what happened.
So I mean, but is that really a deal breaker, y'all? Seriously?
We was deceived.
Yeah, I was deceived.
It was
She's
deceived.
a liar and a cheater.
How would she be deceiving in 7 months? It's been 7 months. You have to look close at her. How did she hide it for 7 months?
Makeup, brother.
Make up, brother.
Eyelashes.
Makeup, lashes, wigs, weave.
Yes, eyelashes, toenails,
So
fingernails.
y'all telling me that she's everything you want, but just that thing right there. I mean,
Well,
It's something behind that. It's something behind that. Listen, they say in England there's trickery afoot.
You
Johnson,
gotta go.
Johnson.
Well, Bishop, she only wanted to make positive her negative. And so after 7 months, you should have seen her going to the grocery store, stopping by the house, bringing her coffee, or vice versa. You should have seen her on her not so good day. Going to the beauty salon, going to the nail shop. You should have seen that.
So here's
But listen to what you just said. They hadn't spent the night together. He probably ain't saw her on the bad day because she won't let him see that. Because she think, she wants to carry herself in such a way. I want to be pretty for him. I want to look good. And so, bam, one night, I don't know how it got from pretty to ugly like that. They must have had a wonderful night or something went on that night. Because if she woke up the next morning not looking like herself.
So the real issue is, though, is it that much about looks? That's what we really need to talk about. Is it that much about looks?
Well, I think, Bishop, that the initial setup that you gave us, that she had everything going on, and there was a certain look that man was probably pulled to. So I definitely think looks have something to do with it. It may not be everything, but she definitely had to present herself in a way that had him to be interested. It's like he went to bed at 2 a.m. with a 10, but woke up at 10 with a 2. I mean, something changed, but I do agree with Johnson. I mean, you would have had to notice something in 7 months to say
That's a long time.
7 months. That's almost a year. You know what I mean? That's half a year. And so I don't know. But to answer your question, is all about looks. For some people, it is.
Well, okay, but let's get specific. What about y'all? Is it just about the looks? Here's a woman that has everything. Tate, she got her own thing. She loves you. She honors you. She got everything you want, and you willing to let her go over looks.
Absolutely. She got to go. Because I got to be able to want you. If you lose all of that, I still got to.
Now, let me tell you this. Let me be honest, Prophet. I've seen ugly women turn pretty. I have. I'm talking about that when you're growing up, they weren't attractive. Then they got older. You're like, wait a minute. Then I seen fine women when we were younger. Turns up, you be like, I can't say that on this platform. They just,
Go ahead, say it. They're just ugly. They ugly.
They don't look up to par.
Well, no, because you're saying that their personality turns them ugly.
They just start looking bad.
Life.
Answer your questions, Bishop. I'm not saying, I'm saying this in the most humblest way ever. I'm in the spotlight. People look at me all the time. I got to have a pretty wife. Even if she can't sing, even if she can't, I just want her to be pretty with a good personality. I understand this lady may have all the attributes for that guy, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's the guy's choice. Me personally, I'm gonna have to see you without makeup. It ain't gonna take me 7 months. It's gonna take me 7 days. I need to see how you really look. See if it's bearable. Because let me tell you this. I'm a man. I can't hide the way I look. Brothers, when you just ugly, you ugly. We talk about the women, but brothers, when you ugly, you have nothing. Let's be honest. We have nothing to add to us. You can't add. You add makeup, but then you know that will look proper. You can, you know. So we can't add. We're the way where we're gonna be at. It is what it is. Ain't no add away, ain't no take away. Add to it, take away. It is what it is. But women can. You can add hair. You can add eyelashes. You can add eyebrows. You can add makeup. You can add lip liner. You can add different tones of your skin. You can cover up the blemishes. You can cover up. You can do that, and you can hide behind there. And when and if I don't see that, the other side of you, because first of all, I don't need to really be with you. Let's be honest, Bishop, because you wasn't even confident in showing me who you really were.
And Tate, that's really
wait. I don't know if she did it on purpose though. I think she just became comfortable. I don't think she did purposeful. You think they would do it purposeful like that and say I'm a hide that I might have some zits and all that on my face or whatever?
Yeah, Bishop, and that's what I was going to say with Tate. That just goes on to show that we ought to just be who we are. People put old pictures on their profile on Facebook, and you know that's not who you are in 2020 of November. I just say, if you done gain weight, you just gain weight. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean? I just think that you ought to present who you are up front. And I do think that people may add a little bit, you know, and so forth. So I can't understand the whole scenario, Bishop, because I'm still with Johnson. Something would have had to be shown. You know what I mean? You know, so I just think that the real question in the conversation is just be yourself.
Yeah.
I think, Perry, the thing I really want to get at though is that does that seem like that's superficial, that's all we want is looks and everything else we just throw out the window?
No.
Perry. Hold on, Roger.
No, I think that, you know, honestly, but I got to want you naturally. I got to, you know what I mean? All the money and all that, that's good, but I got to want you. I got to be able to wake up to you. And I think, I can't remember. I think there was a story about a man that sued his wife and divorced her. Because I think it was, she had on makeup and he didn't like who she was. And I think he won the case because he said she deceived him. So I'm not saying we superficial into all that. I think every woman needs a tad bit of makeup. You know, make yourself up, you know, but I'm not saying don't make yourself turn to something that you're not. And that's my take on that. I just don't. If I go to bed with you or in Perry and I wake up to Freddy Krueger, you got to go. You got to go. I'm sorry. You got to go. We got to go. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Broderick.
Oh, hey, listen. I talk about this so much, and I don't know why. Some people just afraid to admit it. Looks matter. I'm gonna tell you something else. When I watch a preacher, if he can't dress, I don't care what the Lord said. I ain't gonna hear it. Listen, it's easy to watch Prophet. It's easy to watch you, Bishop. I was watching you tonight preach because you fly. And we're not talking about attraction sexually, but it's some about those optics. And we have to be honest and say they do play a part.
Roger, I'm going to agree with you. I think the optics are retraining us how we look visually at stuff, However, I guess my concern is this: if you are dating a woman, you can see the volume of makeup that she's wearing while you're out on that date. So you know there's something to that volume of makeup. You know with that heavy makeup that she's wearing, she's shifting and shaping something and making a different kind of presentation. You know that. I tend
But when
to
you
go ahead.
but when you listen, but what Bishop said, y'all spend the night for whatever reason. That's just there's the scripture, there's the content, and then there's context. And so the context helped you better understand what the content was meaning to convey. And in that moment, when you see it, it just crumbles. It's just not the same. And I mean, since if you spend the night, probably y'all ministered to each other. And so you see it all. And the context that's there, you like, it can't all come together because it is one thing it's messing up. Jesus told the rich young ruler, one thing you lack.
Yeah.
So I want to, Ray, can you handle that right there on the screen?
I've been reading the comments, Bishop.
He been reading them comments, ready to get them.
He's our comment reader.
He got his
No,
gun.
I'm serious. So does that mean only the pretty women, a pretty woman get mates?
No.
We never said that. We never.
He's asking.
We never even said that looks is all that matter. We just simply said looks do matter. That's not, it's just like saying Black Lives Matter. We're not saying all lives don't matter. We're saying Black lives do matter. So we're saying that looks do indeed matter to us. And I don't care what y'all saying in this comment section. I have to be with her. The men on this phone have to be with her. So whatever our preference is, that's what we're going to be with. So no, not only pretty women will get mates. I've seen not so pretty women with some handsome men. So I don't know. I don't know y'all angle in the comments. I'm gonna throw that back to you, Bishop, because
Marlinda said they bad. She said she's been deleting some of them.
oh my God, they're going in on us. They going in on us. They calling us vain and shallow.
She wouldn't delete them. I think we should let them comment.
Let me say
That
this,
these
Bishop.
same women that are in this comment section, that soon as each one of you brothers come out and say, this is my woman, the first thing they gonna say, oh, she pretty. Oh, he could have done better. She ugly.
But Tate,
come on now. Come on.
Tate,
Let's be real.
Bishop, can you hear me now?
No.
No better. You okay though?
But let me say this, and I really want to refer to the one that Frank was talking to just now, only the pretty. But a woman may be pretty to Tate, but maybe not to Johnson. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's not pretty because she's not with Oren Perry. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I see people that's big, holding hands, and she's pretty to him. I think that's all.
Well, let's deal with me and you, Lynch, because we have opposite tastes, right?
Yes, sir.
We talk regularly. No, seriously, that's a good point. What you think is, I'd be like, okay, that's nice for you. So again, it's all according to what we like.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I'm an anomaly because I like small. Most black men like thick women.
You like them petite. You like petite women.
I could be. It could be 0 to 4.
Listen, I just don't. This comment section, I just can't.
But let me say this though. I'm not. Just because a person wear heavy makeup doesn't necessarily mean that they are pretty.
I got a question. If you ladies went to bed with a guy and you woke up and his toupee is on the pillow. How would you feel? Or my highline is on the pillow, smeared on the pillow. How
And
would
his
you
teeth,
feel?
and his teeth, and his
Yeah,
denture.
his teeth, like, no, you would feel some type of way too. I think you would feel deceived. That's my honest take on that.
This is what they gonna do, Prophet.
We say,
Girl, they gonna say, girl, this nigga ain't got no teeth.
got a man with
His hair, his beard all smeared. It wasn't like it was last night. It's gonna be, come on, all that. That's a lot of.
I guess my real point of the question is this: Are we saying that we're willing to throw out somebody because they don't look exactly like one, but they have everything else? They honor you. They remember you at the mall. They do all the things you want a woman to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's all. That was the real point of the question. Yeah.
Yes,
Not
but
necessarily
but the way the question, so it would be different. So the way the context of the question is that we were presented one thing, but then all of a sudden when we saw the natural thing, the thing that we were presented looks way better than the natural state that we are now presented. So that's a level of deception. That's just like finding out 6 months later that the man you've been dating ain't got no job, that he been lying, that where he live is a lie.
No, I want you to come out with all that. That's
good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the context is we were presenting one thing, but then we found out it was another thing. So yes, I'm willing to throw it away because of that. Now, if the initiation of our relationship is in that state that you don't, to me, you're not the I don't even want to word it like that, but to me, you're not the most attractive person that I may have dated before, but you do all the things way above average than everybody else I have dated before. That's a different story.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You start out the way you want to end.
Yeah.
And I think.
But I think we should go to the other side of it, because women are making these comments and they know all the things that you just said, especially if they find out later on down the line that he ain't got no job.
Yeah.
Live with his mama.
With his mama. Don't own his house like he said. He said he had an 800 credit and it's 400.
Yeah.
It may not be the look thing, because Tate is right. What you see with us
is what you get most of the time.
What you get most of the time. We ain't got makeup on. We ain't got all the, I mean, it could be some other things, but at the end of the day, what if you find, ladies, what if y'all found out that the man was lying to you about other things? Y'all throw him away in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People using the Bible verse.
Oh
beauty
God,
fades.
y'all sit up on here and act like that. I think these people ain't gonna do that. Y'all got another thing coming.
Yeah, people using the Bible verse beauty fades, but the Bible didn't say how fast it fades.
Yeah, I don't care what nobody say.
They changing the comments, Ray. Look, yeah, no,
exactly. Yeah,
right.
See, because if I wake up and your booty is now on the dresser, yo, like I'm gonna have to come to terms with that. I've been lied to.
You lied to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they kind of getting it a little more when you put it on them. If it was in the other on the other shoe, if a man do the things, may not be the makeup and all that, but if the man got everything going from, he treats you right and all that, but you find out, like you say, he living with his mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing.
You better not say nothing wrong to him, because his mama gonna jump down your throat.
Absolutely.
That's her baby. That's her baby. There, you better.
All right, Lynch. I'm gonna use the scenario we did on Saturday night. I want to get us to the men. So you know, everything is about timing. It's about 700, almost 800 people on here overall. Everything is about timing. Okay, sometimes you don't get with somebody because, Ray, it's the wrong timing. You know, you may have felt them and maybe you was with somebody else, or Maybe they was getting their career together. For whatever reason, you didn't get together. Now you see them, you out eating, and you out with the fellas, and they sitting there they're sitting over there at the bar, maybe. Do you then go over there and you be the first one to bring up, hey, maybe we need to hook up now? Or do she bring it up, or do you kind of feel it out? Do you kind of see where she at in life, or do you seize this moment because of the missing opportunity? Because you had so many missing opportunities, but now do you feel it out? Do you let her be the first one to say something, or do you say something? Because now is the time. What do you do? Who gonna say? Somebody gonna say something?
I thought it was great.
Oh,
I thought my phone went out. Everybody was so quiet.
Oh,
No,
you
I thought-
Ray, no. I just called his name.
okay.
No. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Perry.
I first I had to fill her out first because she may, life may have done something. I had to fill her out first. Then, but I think if I missed that opportunity, I wouldn't want to miss it again. So I cast my net and see if I can see what it is, see what's up with it, and see what I do with it. But I take that chance, but I'll fill her out first.
Was the timing issue on your behalf or her behalf?
It just wasn't right on either one. Like say when you were ready, then she had something else going. And then when you was ready, but now it seemed like it's right.
Well, I got a rule. I got a rule for myself.
Frank's rule.
I got a rule for myself. If I shot and missed, if I shot an air ball, I missed. Timing was bad for you. You were in a relationship, or you said you were dating somebody, or it just wasn't right for you. It's now your turn to bring the ball back to me and put it in my hands to shoot again. So I'm probably not going to shoot again because the timing was bad for you. So now the ball is in your court. So now it's your time to let me know that you might be available now.
So she should bring something up to let you know.
Yeah, she should. If she's interested and she had to turn you down before because of timing issues, then she should let it be known that she's available again.
Okay. All right.
At least say, because you already know I'm interested.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
how I feel.
Lynch.
I think it was a different scenario how we used it on Saturday night.
I know I changed it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit different. I think though.
I'm gonna go there too, though. But I did change it on this one.
Yeah, and Frank, I just want to say, I just want to make sure you saying where you are. But he said that there was a timing issue on both parts.
Well, no, I gave it if it was just on her end, rather than on both parts, then it's fair game. But I was saying if it was on her end and I shot and missed because of a timing issue with her, then I feel like it's on her to come to me. But if it was just bad for both of y'all, then that's fair game.
Yeah, and now I agree on that, but I'm not gonna say that I'll make the first approach. I would do small conversation because even though it was bad timing, Bishop, I still don't know where she's at that time because I just seen her. So I'm not gonna just throw myself back on her. I'm just gonna do the hello, how you doing, and just see where it goes. See if the gate opens for me.
Okay. Johnson.
I agree with Lynch. I'm probably going to just have a casual conversation, try to catch up, and to see where we both are and what direction we're headed. Get more insight.
Okay. So Tate, I'm going to change the scenario at the end a little bit for you and Broderick. Let's say this was somebody that you dated before. That's kind of where it was, wasn't it, Lynch?
Yeah.
You all dated this person before, and now you see her, and you still feeling her. Is there a second chance? Would you say something, or would you let her say something?
See, and this is why I know this question ain't for me. Because when I'm done, you dead. And ain't no second chance.
So you don't do.
I ain't going back. I'm moving forward in Jesus' name.
Okay, Broderick.
You know what? It would depend how it ended or was suspended. I wish I had help today, Bishop. I said it would depend on how it was ended or suspended. That is to say, if you will, if we had something going, did it end bad? I'm talking about it actually ended, or did it just dissipate without a major altercation or problem?
Okay. So basically, everybody's saying you would not give it another chance, or in the first scenario, she would have to Frank say something first, or show her.
Yeah.
How many of you would say there's no second chance if you come out of something? How many of y'all agree with Tate? There's no second chance. Raise your hand if there's no second chance.
No, I would give a second chance depending on like Broderick said, depending on how it ended.
Yeah, how it ended.
Congratulations. That's good to hear. I salute you all. God bless you.
Even though Tate, even though you still have feelings for him, you still ain't giving him a second chance.
Reverend, I will kill them feelings as much as I possibly can. I ain't going back. If we couldn't work it out while we were together, and couldn't fix it while we're together, ain't no need of us going your way, you do your thing, I go my way, and all of a sudden God brings it back together.
Even if they got themselves together.
Prayerfully, they got themselves together for somebody else.
Okay. Everybody feel like that? Perry?
I ain't never went back to it.
It depends. Again, it depends. You know, I've had situations when I dated it, and there's a situation when I felt how I felt. You know, but honestly, I've done that. I've dated somebody that I used to date, and you see, I'm single.
See that?
So sometimes they are ex for a reason. So it depends on the scenario.
But I feel like people mature with time sometimes. People become more seasoned in certain areas sometimes. Sometimes I've seen where people even had bad breakups and they got with other people and learned lessons with other people and then ended up coming back together, and now that they're happily married for years. So I think it can happen. I just think it takes some maturing and growing on both ends, and some forgiving, some grace.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
That's
say
gonna be
one
your
thing.
testimony.
I'll say one thing that Tate,
That's going to be your testimony right there. That them two go this, and all of a sudden they can come back together. Y'all gonna be happily married, right? See, I should have been on last night, because I feel it. I feel my prophetic movement on me now. Right? Watch and see.
Go ahead, man.
Trump wasn't going to be the president. You better believe me. I told y'all it was in the air.
Talk, Lynch.
No, I would say this with what Tate is saying. I don't agree with him to the point not giving a second chance, but I will say this, that most times it don't work when you go back. majority of the time doesn't go back because your eyes are still on what caused the initial breakup. So you really haven't released it. Most times when people get back together, they thinking about what was said, who did what. So there's no level of trust. And yes, people grow, people change, but the majority of the time, it don't never work.
Let me say this. You can do all of the forgiving, you can do all of the praying, you can do all of the fasting, but some things are not worth going back to. Jesus told the man at the pool, he says, listen, if you go back to where I delivered you from, the situation is going to be worse than the first time. So when God brings us out and brings us out of certain situations, it is not so that we can go back in, but it's so we can stay out. I get the maturity part. I believe all the forgiveness part, but let's be honest. Whatever got you to that place of where you say, I did not want to be, and you couldn't come to no kind of agreement and all of that, you got to be like,
But look, bro, this what I'm saying. Okay, I think tonight we're looking at it from a very one-sided view. What if it was you that was the issue? What if it was you that was the problem, and she was really the right one, but you was being a trifling brother? I almost said the other word, but they ain't been released tonight. You was the one being trifling. You was the one going out on her. You was the one not doing the things that you were supposed to do, but she was the right one. She was the right one for you, but she broke up with you because you was being trifling. And now over time, you've now matured into a different man. Right. And she's still available because you still got a heart, even though you was a trifling brother. And so now she says, or now you say, I want a second chance. I ain't found another woman like you. Now, what if she say, ain't no second chances? I'm done.
That is her preference. Why you gonna keep nagging and bothering if she ain't gonna give you?
No, I'm just saying that those types of things happen.
You put yourself in that situation. So these are the repercussions. I don't care what we go on.
But look though, be real. The heart want what the heart want.
Absolutely.
And so you should have thought about that before you started running off with other women. You should have thought about what the heart wants.
No.
But until you in that
relationship,
that sound good, brother. You talking good. Let me prophesy on this phone tonight. Go ahead, Bishop.
You didn't say Trump was gonna win.
Go ahead, Bishop. I'm done.
Or you could have said, I saw one, but never mind. I think this is good dialogue because at the end of the day, and I know Tate gonna get mad at me, but I'm like an uncle, so he gonna forgive me. He gonna respect me. Keep on living, Sonny, as my grandfather would say. One will get you. That'll let you. That I'm telling you, one will get you. There's always one. Come on, Johnson. There's always one.
No.
No.
Really agree with Tate. He just not saying it, Doc.
He agree with Tate.
Really agree with Tate.
Okay, so let me say my piece. Let me say my piece as a senior. Let me say my piece as a senior man. Seriously, there's always one that will throw all of that out of the window. You just ain't found the one yet, Tate. And when that one comes, that one you will say, okay, baby, I get it. I'm Tate. I'm telling you.
I get all that, but y'all can't be talking about the heart want what the heart, all that kind of stuff. And
the heart overrules the mind sometimes, and love will make you do foolish things. You just ain't been there yet.
Well, this the same group who said love is overrated.
I never said that. I never said that. I ain't never said that.
One side at one time, and then won't talk about the heart.
Y'all said that. Y'all said that.
Oh, you gotta come right now. I get all of that,
Hey, Ray, he feel like we're putting him in the corner tonight, Ray.
Yeah.
Ray, you even laughing.
Listen, I've been to enough church fights. Y'all don't want to fight with me.
That's what hey, Bishop. That's what
You
I'm
feel
saying.
like you're in a business meeting now.
Get around this thing. You understand?
Bishop John Terrius and Johnson is Baptist for real. They don't forgive easy. They
just ain't met
hold on to stuff.
they ain't met the right one. I'm telling you.
Hey, Tate, I'm standing with you on the night.
Thank you.
It's not about forgiveness. Man. Everything is not about forgiveness, but if you have a standard, if you say what you're going to do, it's okay to stick with that. You don't have to. No, I'm standing with you tonight, Tate. You have to.
Okay.
Everybody's not going to go back.
Keep on living.
That's what
No, Johnson. Seriously, I'm not saying everybody goes back, but I'm saying that there's that one. There's that one that you come across that will change you and Tate's.
Hey,
This
Bishop.
is the issue.
Bishop.
I know I'm getting ready to be killed in the comment section, but I am the one. Okay. I'm gonna go like this.
You are the one until that.
You are gonna go like this.
You ever watch Boomerang?
Be like, oh my God. They be like, please take me back. I'm like, no.
Okay. Hey, you got my number, okay?
Brother, I'm gonna call you.
You call me. Because I'm telling you, the heart. Has anybody, Perry, somebody, come on, Roger, you say, sometimes the heart overrules even logical thinking.
It happens
Bishop, I
sometimes.
agree with you, but I'm still standing. I'm still saying.
We're just glad that you got a clear picture and we can hear you. That's all we glad.
It's been a rough night, Doc. It's been a rough night. But listen, even after you go back, I still believe this. It don't work. I mean, you can't say that. You can't
say that there's a blanket statement.
No, you can't make a blanket statement. You can't make a blanket statement.
But I said before, and you couldn't hear me. I said majority of the time.
You probably said a lot.
It don't work. I mean, now I'm just saying this because Frank, too much is on your mind of what happened in that previous relationship. See, Johnson and Tate, listen, I'm telling y'all, ain't no need trying to win them over. They voted the pastor out tonight. That's where they are. They not changing their vote. I'm telling you, Bishop, listen, I love this girl I dated, but guess what? I loved her. I loved her for real. If I seen her, something would move into me. But she destroyed she destroyed my life. And so, no, it won't work, Bishop.
I said there's one, Pastor Lynch. I didn't say it was that one. I said that I'm telling y'all, keep on.
I was just getting ready to say what Sister Scott said.
What?
You better use your head over your heart.
You say what?
You better use your head over your heart.
That's easier said than done.
When you in love, it'll drag you though.
Have you ever seen Eat, Pray, and Love? The movie, everybody ought to look at that. Eat, Pray, and Love. Sometimes you can't. You get to the place that you throw all that out. I'm telling you, Perry is right. He knows. He got that red light and wall.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
See, I think all of us been there. But like we have all admitted that certain situations in our life have hurt us. We've gone through some trauma. Let's be honest. We've all been through that. So we're going to avoid that as possible. I'm not going to go back to a person who caused the pain, who caused the trauma, who caused the confusion, just by saying I'm giving you a second chance. I'm not God. I'm not God. He gonna fix it, not me.
You're supposed to be Christ-like.
I ain't Christ.
Like.
I ain't Christ. At the end of the day. I'm just saying.
Have you talked to your therapist lately? Because you need to get some of this out of you.
Listen, I'm giving it all out.
But take to Miss Green, it doesn't mean you're not healed because he don't want to go back.
Right.
Yeah, forgiveness doesn't mean access, but I think Bishop is saying.
Woo, say that again, Perry. Say that again.
Forgiveness doesn't mean access.
That was good.
But the same token is always one. You got that one that will put it in you, a hook in you, that will drag you. And even with that, because the Bible does say the heart is wicked and deceitful. Who can know it? But the same token, you got that one that will drag you. I'm telling you, you got that one will drag you. I lived it.
Pastor Perry, I'm not being dragged by nothing. That's not going to happen.
I'm not being dragged. Just because you saying it, it's going to happen. Watch.
Yeah,
I'm
saying that, but when
I'm going to live to see it.
Now, Bishop, I'm 45. I'm not going to be dragged. That's not going to happen.
Can I say something? Let me say this. Every man is made different. I give it to y'all, brothers. Frank Ray the Third is sitting over that quiet as he is because he know I'm really right, and he know he ain't finna just be giving his heart to no woman. Now y'all, now listen, all that second and third chance, don't y'all listen to that? Don't y'all? That nigga is lying. I'm gonna say it for you. This is my platform tonight. That nigga lying. Y'all lying all of it.
First of all, I was not saying me per se. We are talking about men and women in general.
Right. See, y'all talking personal. I wasn't talking from a personal standpoint, but there are some people on this phone tonight.
But see, in the comments, they think we're talking personal.
No, I didn't even put it as personal. None of these things were
not personal. No.
Yeah, for those who are newbies tonight, we answer from a perspective of giving ideas that we feel men would have in certain situations and scenarios.
Right.
The way we answer is not always, sometimes it's personal, but most of the time it's not personal at all.
Bishop.
I was being personal with Tate, though. Go ahead, Broderick.
Bishop.
and Johnson, go ahead.
Bishop, when you said what you said, and only you can know that I know like you talking it. 30 years ago, man, I was something else. I had more energy, I was invincible, Tate. When I look at you, Tate, I get it. And I think you should be just like you are because that's honest. That's authentic. Now, but as much as you should be just like you are right now, I can feel Bishop. I have shared and probably will share some more experiences with Bishop that he can relate to just because of our age. You know, but I get where you are. I respect where you are. But Bishop, I want to ask you. Now, when you said a second chance, I was thinking, do you mean to commit to or to just fool with?
I'm saying
we all tell the truth. We don't mind fooling with.
That's real.
Some people 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
That's real.
But it's committing to, and committing to. Tate, am I on it? Am I on it?
You own it, man.
My God.
Anyway, let me pose this. I don't know. Did you all see Keon Henderson's? Y'all know Pastor Keon Henderson?
I loved it. I shared it.
You saw it? Did you agree with him? Do we date accessories or the person?
I looked at that clip. I didn't agree with the first part at all, Bishop.
He said God never intended for us to find happiness in marriage. Marriage is designed to make you more like God. Where you are weak, that person makes you strong.
Wow.
I looked at that earlier, and I was so confused.
I'm confused now.
I saw multiple women reposting this, and I started to repost it myself and give commentary on it, because if happiness, he also went on to say happiness, we're looking for something from somebody that they don't have. In other words, that we shouldn't be looking for happiness within our marriage because it's ministry is what he said.
Hold on.
That you date hope, that you date futurism, that you date communication and not muscles or swag. Because swag ain't sexy when it's hitting you upside the head.
Come on.
Swag ain't sexy when you're at home alone 5 nights out of the week.
Yeah.
And money don't mean nothing when you can't sit down on the couch and tell each other how you feel. Destiny, not bank account. That you date hope, that you date futurism, that you date communication and not muscles or swag. Because swag ain't sexy when it's hitting you upside the head. This marriage as an evangelistic tool. And marriage is designed to make you more like God.
Yeah.
No wonder you find somebody who worked your nerves. Because if you're going to be more patient, if you're going to be more loving, if you're going to exude the fruit of the Spirit, then God has to give you somebody who's not like you.
Yeah.
Right? So that you can become strong where they're weak.
Yeah.
And you can be weak where they're strong. The problem is we up here looking for people who are strong where we're strong, and then you get headstrong people who can't get along because there's no weakness, no vulnerability.
Wow.
Let me first say to all of the listeners that we gotta stop dating like people are accessories. Like the shoes gotta match the purse. You know, or like the shirt has to match the pants. Sometimes people date and their professions have nothing to do with one another.
Yes.
Let me tell you, purposeful dating, especially if you're doing it towards marriage, God never intended for us to find happiness in marriage. You can't find it nowhere in the Bible. And so people, number one, they're looking for something in relationships that don't exist.
All right, do y'all agree with that? That God never intended for.
Somebody in the comment section said unmarried men giving relationship and marriage advice is wrong.
Oh, I was just about to reply to him.
Yeah, but go back to what
I
you
don't
said,
think we
Bishop.
should reply.
Go back to we ain't done here.
I'm not. Yeah.
That's a waste of our time, brothers.
You would. Again, you're looking at us. We're not looking at you. Fred Price, my favorite line from Fred Price.
And that comment is kind of ignorant. It's not even informed.
No. Okay, let's deal with Henderson. So he said marriage was never intended. Doc, we can stop right here on the show. We could land right here. Marriage is never intended for us to be happy. It's nowhere in the Bible.
I'm sorry. I think he's speaking from a perspective truth.
And let me give a disclaimer. That's my buddy. I preach for, and so is Carlton. They grew up in the same state and city and all that. So this is our friend. But go ahead.
Sure. I just think that's a perspective truth. I don't think that that's the truth, because there's no way. I believe primarily that we should be married for ministry, but who wants to be miserable for the sake of ministry in a marriage? That's why we have such a high divorce rate. People aren't happy. I think that when God says He's in God is fullness of joy. Fullness of joy. You know, whatever you're doing in God, there should be some type of joy, some type of happiness. But I really believe that's a perspective truth. I don't think that that's the truth for everybody.
I just ain't marrying nobody and gonna be unhappy. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why that's not. It ain't even got to be in the Bible. I don't think it's God's will for me to be unhappy. Hell, I'm not gonna be unhappy. That word released officially. I'm sorry.
Bishop.
I'm not gonna be unhappy. I love Keon, but I think that big word that Perry used, I think it's a perspective. What now?
Truth.
That's it. And you know, I get what he's saying about, you know, we try to match and accessories and all that, but I'm sorry. And I seen it being shared all over the place. And Brother Tate said we need to start talking about some of these kind of things. So I brought it to the floor, brother pastors.
Yeah, I started to send it to you myself because the way he made marriage sound, even on that clip, makes it sound so undesirable. And
I don't even want to get married. Listen to him.
His rhetoric is the kind of rhetoric that I believe is producing churches who are marrying very few people, because if that's what marriage is, why in the hell would I get married?
See, I done released it. Now everybody gonna say it.
But I would, Frank, you know what? And I was just, I just seen it, Bishop. I seen it like you, Tate, seen a whole bunch of people sharing it and all that, and I never really listened to it. But I don't even believe the moderator, I can't think of her name right off, that was interviewing him.
Pastor at New Birth. It was a New Birth thing. Turner, yeah.
I don't believe that she even agreed with that. And I would be interested to hear Keon's. I would be interested, honestly, to hear Keon's biblical, not from your own personal experience.
No, he said it ain't in the Bible. He
said it's not in the Bible.
He said it is not in the Bible for you. I just played it for you to be happy. You can't find it nowhere.
It ain't in the Bible for you to marry for ministry either.
Paul,
but it don't say for me to be depressed.
Let me say something.
If you go back to the original intent of Adam and Eve, they were supposed to be happy.
Yeah, let me say something too. That's true,
Bishop, but I don't agree with that.
But I would say this. He's right when he says that it's not in the Bible that marriage necessarily means that you have to be happy. But what I would say this is that the Bible does describe what a healthy marriage look like, and a healthy marriage will result in happiness.
Talk, man.
So we can say that.
That's
the other
good.
thing is this theological statement that he made kind of bothers me too when he says marriage is designed to make you look like God. That's nowhere in the Bible either. But I'm gonna leave that alone and turn it over to Pastor Frank.
Bishop, can I say this, gentlemen? Here's another thing I was just thinking along with what you said. All due respect to Pastor Keon, I've had a privilege of meeting him, ministering at his church. He's just coming out of a divorce, right? Out of a marriage, right? He's coming out of a divorce, right?
Yes.
We all friends. We ain't doing that.
Okay, no, but listen. I believe he's going through a rediscovery process. This is where he is now. I think even if he's in error, he's being honest about where he is.
Well, I don't, Broderick, I really don't go there because again, that's my friend, and I don't want to, I don't really want to go there. I want to discuss it from a standpoint of, do we agree? There's nothing wrong with that because it's viral, so it's for. I'm like the boy with the blog. If it's public, then I'm gonna discuss it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to attack him and what he's.
And that's not what I was trying to do. But what I was saying was, for those who disagree with Pastor Keon, perhaps they should consider he's in a rediscovery process. So before we beat him, or hey, this is where he is in his rediscovery process.
I don't think it's about beating him. I just think that it's a good discussion for us to have, and if we agree with it or not as men, just like we're talking about doing the brother's book. I mean, we have our opinion too, and it's not. I don't want to tear him down, but and his personal business, what he. Yeah, I see some of y'all saying he got divorced, but at the end of the day, it is his perspective, and guess what? Y'all ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Roderick, all of us are talking from our experiences because
Yes, sir.
we are our experiences.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
No,
and I don't want to approach it theologically either. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it because the Bible says, happy is he who keeps the law. You know, the Bible does say stuff like that. But my take on it is I think that's a perspective truth. I'm not going to get married and be miserable. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be married and upset every day. And I respect his ministry highly. I think he's a phenomenal voice for us. But at the same token, I think that Oren Perry, I'm not going to be in the bed with nobody and I'm ill every day, arguing every day. You know, I want to be happy.
Well, what about the point, y'all, about the accessory that you know we want everything to match?
I think I agree with that part.
You agree with that part? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, and mainly the main part that he said that when we come together, everybody's not going to have the same thing. And what I don't have and she has together, it was another part of that interview that you didn't play, that he said together we'll be able to do something, you know, big and all of that. But I do agree that everything don't have to match. It don't have to be all, you know, this ain't right. That I do believe that sometimes we make our relationships, everything have to be in the right place. And the Bible says, and we also talking about in this, we talking about Christian marriages. We talking about biblical marriages. You know, so I think that has a lot to do with it as well when people are coming together. So I do agree with the accessory part, that everything not going to be the same color, ain't everything not going to be the same length. Everybody not going to think alike.
Okay. Anybody else? Tate, you want to get in on it? No? Okay. All right. Let's do one more. Dear men, I have been married to my husband for 5 years. Of the 5 years, he has cheated on me for the last 3 years with multiple women repeatedly. We have a child together. He always apologizes and buys me nice things with promises to change. This time, I'm tired and want to leave him.
No, baby, give him a
Hold
second.
on. Shut up. Johnson, don't laugh. We did start counseling, but I don't trust him. 2 questions. Should I stay and try? How do I forgive him after breaking my heart so many times? Please help. Ray, take your fingers down. She's asking for the men's help.
She already answered it, Bishop. She said, I don't trust him. What's counseling going to do if a counselor can't make you trust a person? The only job of the counselor and the therapist, and you know this, Johnson, from your training, is to get you to talk. So we talk, and she's still saying, I don't trust him. It'd be different if it was 1 time, maybe 2, but there's a multiplicity of times. I think she need to move on, or as Pastor John Terry said, give him another chance, baby.
Not. This sounds strange, but I get like these like every other day in my DM or inbox where women, and I'd be asking them like, what is it that makes you stay? Or letting them keep coming back over and over again, and you catch them. What is it in you that just keeps? No, I'm saying I get them all the time. What? And I ask women that because I want to know, because I'm not a woman. What makes you keep staying? Like, what makes you just put up with the same stuff? Because it's security, it's safe.
Bishop, I think that first question that you ask,
Yes, sir.
is a lot. You ask the question, what's in you that make you stay? What is in you is what we are attracted to. And the reality is oftentimes we are attractive to what is toxic. We are attracted to what is dysfunctional, and we won't be honest about that. So sometimes people stay because the reality is that's what they are attracted to.
Yeah. And once the trust is really broken, it's really hard to repair it and recover it. You know, she's lost her trust in him. She don't trust him anymore. And you know, and he's done some hurtful things, and she's hurting. And I think this is a closer time that she needs to get a relationship with God and put some demands on him to say, you know, I mean, because he literally done what the Bible said not to do, so she has the grounds to divorce him. I wouldn't tell nobody, like we wouldn't tell ourselves to stay in something that makes us happy and that's unhealthy. So, you know, ain't no need of us saying we're gonna pray for you. We're gonna pray for you to get out of it. Because first of all, you don't need to live no life like that. And then your child, first of all, your child shouldn't see that kind of stuff going on. That's gonna affect and take a toll on that child. I think the best way for her to do it, if she feel like he's gonna change and she got some more fight in her, I encourage her to fight. Now, one thing I'm not gonna do is tell you to leave, because oftentimes people always have the tendency of telling somebody else to leave and they'll stay in the situation themselves. I'm not gonna tell you to leave. I'm not gonna tell you to stay, but I think you need to evaluate it and figure out what direction God will have for you to go. That's all I can say.
And Tate, can I add to that? Can I add to that and say this? That sometimes there need to be individual therapy first before there be collective therapy. Yeah. Because reality is this: if I'm attracted to what is dysfunctional, if I'm attracted to toxicity, I'm going to attract the same type of person and be in the same situation, not trusting him either with a broken heart. Then I'm going to move on and attract the next person, and it's going to be a cycle. So there needs to be some personal therapy that take place first, so you can find out what's going on the inside of yourself before you even think about making a rash decision.
That's good.
Yeah, that's true.
And are you all for like somebody getting therapy? Should she get therapy? Should she go talk to somebody else?
Yeah, she needs
definitely
individual therapy.
Yeah, because is it true, Johnson, that she could leave him and then put herself back into the same situation? Because if she's attracting that, she'll put herself back into the same situation.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Bishop, I never talk anybody out of going to therapy, but what I will say is this: as we've been talking
you never
about,
talk them into going to therapy.
I said I would never talk anyone out of going.
Oh,
to therapy.
Okay, I got you.
But I will say this: because of it being 4 to 5 times, and you already have got to a place where you don't trust, this brother could change Frank Ray, but he can't even go to Walmart because she ain't gonna be able to trust him. You know what I mean? That's not a good place and space to live in. And I agree with all of you all, especially Johnson. The therapy is definitely important, but I still say after the therapy, Jay, it's not gonna work because she don't trust him.
Somebody gonna hate me for saying this, but why is it that we wound women and then expect them to just act as if we didn't do anything?
Stay right there.
Facts.
Say that again,
right there.
Why is it that we wound women and then act as if nothing happened?
We ain't did nothing.
Right, and like we didn't do nothing. We sit there and want the second, third chance, but we knew what we were doing. And women, y'all gotta stop. And it's for men too. Y'all gotta stop just taking people back because they say I'm sorry. You are not God. You need to.
Now I agree with you on that forgiveness.
You help yourself to say, let me get some stability to see if I can really deal with this. Is this really worth fighting for? All right, go to the next question.
No.
That's good.
No. That's good. And behavior that is not dealt with only grows.
Right.
If you and y'all can disagree with me. I'm like Tate now. I get kicked off. But let me tell you this: what you keep allowing the person to do, they're gonna keep doing
it. They don't,
and whether it's a man or a woman, especially a man. And if we see we can get away with it, if we that type of man, I'm not talking about good man, then we just gonna keep on doing more and more. I had a young lady write me, y'all, and say he leaves me like every 5 or 6 months, and I know he got somebody else, but I just keep taking him back.
And so she putting herself in that situation.
Ladies, listen to us. Queens, listen to us, right? But I love him. When loving you, I never forget Bishop Jake said this years ago, when loving you is hurting me, I'm out. I'm out.
Right.
And it goes back to what Johnson said. It's something in you. It's not them. It's you that keeps letting somebody come back. And somebody that's listening to us tonight, you're in that situation. You're that person. Yeah. And if for no other reason, no, wait a minute, let me finish. If for no other reason, you stop by here to hear this, there is greatness in you, there's destiny in you, and there is somebody that will love you exactly like you want to be loved. And if you're single, wait for the right one. You could, and I never understood, if you dating somebody ain't got a ring on your finger, you only in a committed relationship, why you keep putting up with that? Even if you got a child by him,
right?
You gonna be all right. I'm a witness. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah. And Bishop, let me ask you a question, if I can, just for your experience for people that's on tonight, and Tate, because when I think about some of the things you said tonight, Tate, what comes to my mind, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. But Bishop, some people don't know how to properly break up. Talk to the people tonight for a moment, Bishop, on how do you let go? How do you move on?
It's a, let me say from my standpoint, Tate might have a different thing. Those that have been divorced, and you might have it, but it's a gradual thing. Before you actually walk away, you've already dejected. Walking away is just the final piece of it. It starts in here. You are gradually pulling away and pulling away and pulling away until one day. That's why by the time I got to me and Pastor Kim got to Bishop Morton and Pastor Deborah, it was over. I had shut down. It was over. It was, and I love my spiritual father. Ain't nothing they could say. Pastor Deborah wore me out. Boy, you wrong, And then Bishop Morton hurt my heart because he said, next to us, y'all was the model couple in full gospel. Everybody looked up to y'all. I'm sitting there saying, like, you ain't gonna put all that on me.
Right.
You ain't. It hurt my heart for him to say that. But I had already left the building because I didn't watch this. The reason why I said that to Johnson about the therapy, because I don't want people to do the same thing that I did. Get therapy before it's too late. By the time we got to them, it was just out of respect. You already have left, Lynch. You gone. You just going through the motion. You running from one place to the other so that you won't even have to deal with it. But in your mind and in all your actions, you have left the building. And the only thing you got to do now is turn in your keys and go where you going.
But for some people, Bishop, especially young people, and you know, and I know Tate stronghold. Hey, when I'm done, I'm done. But it's
No,
different when hold on, Tate. But it's different when she's depending on that man to make rent. It's different when she needs help with that daycare. So I want to talk practical to some of
Yeah,
these
because
ladies
my
tonight.
situation was different. She was fine.
Yeah, so I want to talk from a practical standpoint. How do you really, deactivate yourself when you moved with them to Houston? Y'all living in California. You away from your home. How do you move out? How do you move on when you really need him for survival?
see, that's the biggest issue right there. As long as you need an individual for survival, you'll never move on. You'll stay there because this is your place of comfort. I know if nobody comes through for me, even though this person that I really don't want to be with, because I don't have an extended family, I don't have somebody I can turn to. And so I put all my eggs in one basket. And I know he hurt me. I know he cheated on me. I know he lied to me. But one thing I can be for sure about, I'm going to have a roof over my head. I'm going to have food on the table. My child ain't got to want for nothing. So women put themselves in their own box, and it messed them up mentally because they depend on people. Now, it's different when a woman has their mama and daddy and everybody else around to help them. They like, bye. They grab them everything they can. They go. So they have help. But when a lady don't have a family to turn to, don't help, then she is placed there. She is placed there to depend on the person. So it's going to be hard. If that's your survival, it's hard to break off if you don't have nothing else coming your way. It's just hard because you're dependent anytime. In the time you depended on the person, you in a rut. I mean,
and I'm gonna ask this question, Tate. I'm gonna ask this question without people commenting. There's some people on tonight that want out, but don't know how. There's some people that's on tonight that's in a relationship, but don't know how to deactivate yourself from it. Because I would say this: you'll never find the right one hanging out with the wrong one. And so really what you're doing is wasting time. The longer you stay in it, the more time you waste.
We got to understand this, and we all been here. And as Bishop was stated, it's a process. It's something you gotta get out of your own self. I don't know if it's a logic way of saying I'm out of here, because think about all of the women that said I was out of here and that abusive man killed them.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're dealing with. So just saying I'm jumping up and I'm leaving, that man may say you think you finna go, but if you go, we all gone.
Now that's
you
real.
don't know the mental state that each and every individual is in. That's why you gotta date and get data and do all you can. That's why we talked about the other week, when the right one turned into the wrong one. Because it's true. So you don't know what that person is in. I think you gotta look at it from a whole round table, because even though they're saying I want to get out, but somebody's saying I want to get out, but am I gonna get out alive?
That's good, Tate.
Yeah, that's real, man. Like real talk.
I'm gonna get out of this situation knowing my child is gonna be all right. You get what I'm saying? So they got a lot up against them. So we can try to encourage that person, but they gotta find something beyond what they're dealing with. And the only thing that get them out of some of the trouble, the same thing got us out, was nobody but God. I know Trey, Pastor Ray got an encouraging word because he looked like he got something he wanted to say.
Pastor Lynch, check
Yes,
your
sir.
text. Please. Check it. I text you. Check your text. Go ahead, Ray.
No, I think what you said, Bishop Davis, I know we chalked it up to not being practical, but I think it was practical because some people do stay in relationships for the pressure of appearances.
True.
That you said, Bishop, that Bishop Morton told y'all that y'all were the next model couple after them. So I'm sure, even though you had already tapped out, even though she might have already tapped up because of the pressure of appearances, y'all stayed together longer than y'all should have. And that happens in the real world every day. Think about the embarrassment of you had this big old wedding and now you separated. You just think about the pressure of your family, your everyday life, your co-workers. And the pressure of appearances affects us every day. That's why we buy clothes we can't afford. That's why we buy cars we can't afford, for the pressure of appearances. So the same thing applies in marriages, that people stay together for the pressure of appearances. So I think that's a very practical point too, that we have to learn how to be delivered from appearances' sake.
Let me say this. Tate said something, then Perry can come. Tate said something, Lynch, I want to go back to, because it's easy for us to say, you know, just do this and do that. And our opinion is, you know, but when I walked away, I left Pastor Kim with 2 churches.
Right. 2 of them.
I walked away. 2. When I walked away,
1, 2.
2, and they were taking care of her. Very good. So then in our decision, I had Micah, she was in the 11th grade or whatever. She said, I just want to make sure you send her to college. I sent her to Michigan State. She said, you did better than, so when you talk about Tate got means. His little girl ain't wanting for nothing. So there's a different kind of so, you know, don't run off here and just immediately say, I'm just going to go run and do what because they did. No, you got to know your situation, but you all put send the deacons over somebody, you know?
We'll bring the pistol with us.
Right. No, we ain't telling you to stay in that. You immediately go. But if you can make it work, go through all the process of it. And then you got to work on what's next for you. What's next for you? So, Perry.
And at this moment, I think that the Spirit of God is speaking to the convictions of people that are in bondage. While the men of God was talking, my mind automatically went to Moses, who saw himself fighting 2 gentlemen fighting, the Egyptian as well as the Israeli, the Hebrew. And the Bible declares that he killed the Egyptian, choosing rather to suffer because he came to himself. And what he saw on the outside was a reflection of who he was in the inside. And I say to you tonight, for those that are watching, as you prepare your exodus, you have to choose you. And tonight I want you to choose you. Most of you all are watching, you're in some type of rut, some type of warfare, and there will never be an exodus that you have that won't take you fighting. You're going to have to fight your way out. You're going to have to push your way, get that inner strength, that inner grit. And tonight I want to prophetically decree to those that are watching that tonight is your night that we're going to declare an exodus for you. That whether it is in a toxic relationship, whether it's a business deal, whether it's a bad business partnership, whether it is in a church that's toxic, most people have soul ties to things that are holding them down. But tonight we're going to decree it. We have the men of God here that can marry my faith. And most of you all that need prayer, need someone to say something to you. We're not just vessels of honor that will talk about men's perspective, but we decree and declare that God's going to do. And for those that believe God, we all understand that seeds break cycle. We've been saying that. And so tonight, I want to challenge you. Tonight is not a night of seeding, but tonight is a night of a sacrifice. That I want you to stretch yourself with a $40 sacrifice. $40 to represent your exodus. That tonight I am coming out of the cycle. I'm coming out of the bondage. I'm coming out of depression. I'm coming out of sickness. I cannot live like this. I can't stay like this. Be like Moses, even if I have to choose to suffer, to rebuild my life.
Yes,
to reveal who I am. If you got to go and push yourself again and do it again, I challenge you tonight to choose you. You deserve what God has for you. I don't care what it looks like. Even if you do have a situation where that individual is your resource, he's not your source. She's not your source. You have something down on the inside that can break the back of the enemy. And I push it to you tonight. I declare it to you tonight that tonight is your exodus. I want to challenge you with that $40. Tonight, I want you to do it when the comments right done. I know Pastor Herbert always comment. I know Pastor Ray, Minister Ray reaches out. We're going to write you. We're going to speak to you. Tonight is your exodus. That we decree and declare that what is holding you, that is hard in his heart, whether it's any noun, person, place, or thing that is holding your heart, that have you bound, that have you depressed, that have you trapped, trying to get out and you're trapped, trying to get free and you're bound. I decree tonight that is your exodus. And tonight will be a night that you will have results. There will be testimonies that you will come back saying, look and see. Listen, the Bible declares it this way, come see a man. And there's something I always said, the old mother said, you can't beat God's given, no matter how hard you try. And I want you to push yourself tonight with that $40. Some of you already given. Some of you already done. If you didn't reach that $40, I want you to push yourself prophetically. I feel the Spirit of God. Prophetically, the heavens are opening tonight. Let's open the heavens so God can hear us. And the Bible declares that when you put something in the hand of God, sacrifice goes down to your legacy. And if you don't run for nobody else, Moses, you don't do it for nobody else. Think about your children. Think about the ones connected to you that are bound, that are going through. That $40 will unlock the heavens. Why does God want my money? Because money defines the condition of your heart. Your heart defines the condition of your treasure. Where a man's treasure is, so is his heart. So tonight, I want you to put it. His name is Jehovah Gabora, the God that will fight for you, the God of Gamola, Jehovah Gamola, the God of recompense. He's going to repay you tonight. So I want you to push yourself that $40. I want you to push yourself. We have over 500 some people up here. I know at least 300 you can do that $40. Push yourself. Tonight is your night of an exodus. Leandra says it best. Tonight is my exodus. I am not going to be delayed no more. And whatever you do, remember, you got to choose you tonight. Tonight is you. Tonight, happy new you. That's what we're going to say at the end of this year. Happy new you. $40.
And we give to everything. Give to your exodus tonight. You own it, Perry. Give to your, and Father, in the name of Jesus,
Hallelujah.
we pray for those that are given, but we pray mainly as this is shifted tonight for those that need to make a change, make a shift, make an exodus in their life as they're sowing this seed. Father, give them direction. Give them direction in which way to go, God. We talk about the president, we talk about COVID, we talk about all these things, but there are people that need to make decisions in their relationships, in their lives. We come together, God, to talk about our perspective, but God, let somebody be touched and changed tonight. If they need to make a decision, God, in relationship, even if they need to go get there, God, let them have direction. We pray for direction tonight. Yes. We pray for the women, the queens, God, that they would be released of all bondages, God. Their minds would be free tonight, free to move about. You're free now. We speak freedom right now. We speak freedom. We speak freedom now.
Yeah, hallelujah.
We speak freedom now. We speak freedom now.
Hallelujah.
We speak freedom in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
Yes, Lord. Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. God bless
Hallelujah.
you. Free tonight.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
I choose me.
You exited.
Hallelujah.
So you can enter to some greater. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm sorry to cover your face up, Lynch. I'm sorry. We're trying to put the stuff up there. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lynch. I didn't mean to take your end and you.
You're on mute.
Oh, he on mute. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
While you all are still sowing tonight, Bishop, you said that word a couple of years ago tonight. freedom. And people just type that in the comment section, right now. Just everybody, while you're still sowing that seed tonight, I want everybody just to type that word freedom. I'm believing it tonight. We're all believing it tonight. One thing about this show, it's fun, it's laughs, but with everything, we desire for people to be free. Real quickly, while you all are still giving, we're just going to go around today, not thanking for the opportunity to be on the show. But Johnson, just for about 30, 40 seconds, just speak to somebody's freedom real quick. We're going to go around, then we'll end real quickly. Just speak that real quickly.
Pastor Lynch, let me take a different approach and be very practical. For those of you, because we did cast a wide net on tonight, but for those of you that may be in some dangerous or toxic or unhealthy relationships, please do me a favor. They have hotlines out there. Make sure you contact one of the hotlines. Go and see your pastor. Go to the police department. Tap into some of the shelters. If you need to exit that house and need to stay in the shelter and grab your children, please take advantage of every tangible mediums, outlets, telephone numbers, or whatever is available. Please take advantage of that so that you can be involved in saving your own life. That's one of the ways you choose you.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Pastor Tate.
God bless you. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Listen, God's getting ready to do something in your life. That's why he allowed us to go in this direction to help somebody who felt like it was all over, that you were getting ready to give in, give up, give out. God says, don't break down before you'll break through. Listen, because your breakthrough is right around the corner. God bless you.
Pastor Ray.
When Moses got ready to lead them across the Red Sea that had been opened up, I'm sure it was a scary sight, because we can't act like tonight. Sometimes deliverance and freedom, while we celebrate it, sometimes it can be scary because we don't know what's on the other side of it. That there were some slaves that wanted to remain in master's house because freedom was scary.
Wow.
I just want to speak to you tonight that I know you don't know what's on the other side of your freedom, but I believe that if you take the opportunity to heed to the men of God's words tonight, that the best days of your life are ahead of you and the worst days will indeed be behind you. So I pray that tonight you receive this word and you put this into action, and that you no longer be bound, that you indeed put your freedom into action. You get an action plan, you strategize, you remain focused on what you need to do in order to be free. That's it, Pastor.
Bless you. Broderick Rice.
You were made for more. I'm going to say that one more time. You were made for more. Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed you in the belly, before anybody got their hands on you, before you came into this earthly natural realm, he said, I knew you. I called you. I ordained you. You're legally legitimate. And so I want you to know, I don't care how you got into it. I don't care what's going on. There is a way out. And remember, you were made for more. I'm excited about the more that you were made for. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Lynch.
Prophet Perry.
Again, as I said, and thank you, Bishop, and to Pastor Lynch, you all do outstanding every week. Again, your value is more than black eyes. Your value is more than bruises. You are valuable. And no matter how hard it is, I think Pastor Ray said there's something on the other side. Freedom hurts. Freedom hurts, but run, baby, run for your life, run. And while you sowing that $40, you giving that 40, you believe God that God will give you an answer, and it's gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. Everything. You're valuable. You're valuable.
Let me give this last word, then Bishop will close us out tonight. I was thinking about in Luke chapter 13 when Jesus says to the woman that was bent over for 18 years. We read the book, we watched the movie. He said, "Woman, thou art loose." But before the loosing, the Bible says that while Jesus was preaching and while he was ministering, he saw that woman. And I think that's something to really, lean into, because, where you are right now, even in your tears, even in your hurt, even in your pain, the Lord sees you. And that's beneficial to worship him tonight, that sometimes people don't see what you're going through. People, everybody's not aware that you're unhappy. Everybody don't know that he's been abusive, not just physically, but verbally. But the Lord says that my eyes are on you. And anytime, Frank Ray, that the Lord's eyes are on you, it really suggests that he has an interest for you. I want to say to every woman on tonight that you remain valuable. You are still important. There's still the hand of God that rests on your life. And listen, whenever you get from the back to the front to where Jesus are, those same words that he used for this woman that was bent over for 18 years, that had an infirmity, that had a situation, he still speaks that, "Woman, thou art loosed." Bishop Davis.
All right. Thank you, Pastor Lynch. You all continue to give. Cash App is at the bottom. Some of you, there's still 10 of you. I need 10 of you to still give tonight. Somebody may say, "This is your first time. Where's the money go?" We bless these gentlemen for being on here and take care of the person that helped runs all this. And so I need 10 more of you tonight. If you can't give 40, give 20. You can't give 20, give 10. The Cash App is on the screen. We're going to leave it up just for a few minutes. Journey with us. Journey with me. I have a radio show at 12. I'll be right here on the Bishop Greg Davis Facebook page on 9:10 a.m. on iHeart in about 15 minutes. Me and Anisha Sharp. Also, don't forget to register for the masterclass. And we're going to be telling you about Pastor Lynch's masterclass in the next week. Right, Pastor Lynch? Because I'm going to be sold out.
Right, it's coming.
All right. There's the information right there. Take the banner down. Right there. You can register tonight at gregdavisshow.com. Preparing and positioning for the right one. Thank you so much, Mark Posey, for your seed. Thank you. I just saw it come through. Preparing and position for the right one. March 12th. Registration is right there. Please support, and we're going to have a good time. Anybody else have announcements? Frankly speaking.
Oh yeah, my show will be Thursday night at 9 p.m. This week we're gonna be talking about. I'm actually gonna have my white friends and my black friends.
You're say your wife. I was just
my white friends that I went to seminary with, and my black friends. And the subject is gonna be "We Need to Talk." We've been seeing all these videos of these white evangelical preachers who have been saying some stuff that don't make sense to me, and so we're gonna talk about those various things on Thursday night.
That's gonna be good.
All right. Anybody else got announcements? No. All right.
Thank you, Bishop.
We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you, Pastor Herbert. Y'all continue to give. And we're going to leave it up for about 5 minutes. We'll be back here next week. If you have questions, you send them to WTROCTV@gmail.com if you have questions. And we say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, brother.
Good night. Good night.